Instead of some roses, that'd be nice.
What would you do if I showed up on your doorstep with this?
I'd propose. Immediately. How could I not? A girl shows up with a Costco AAA Alberta Beef Tenderloin on our first date, I propose. Simple. What other questions? Hello and welcome to the show. I'm David, and this is Leanne. This is the show where we take popular Costco food items and turn them into the best meals they can possibly be. Ever wanted to learn how to break down a Costco beef tenderloin? Boom, we're your show. Ever wanted to know how to get the most out of a Costco prepackaged meal? Pay attention. I'm a classically trained chef who has owned and operated fine restaurants all over the world. We will hold your hand and coach you through every step of your Costco ingredient meal prep. Leanne is an expert grower who produces much of the food we eat. She comes from a long line of successful gardeners, her family has been in the farmer's market business for decades, and she is highly opinionated. So there you have it. What else can I tell you? We live in a cool spot, we live healthy lives, Leanne's hot, I'm old. Enjoy the show. Okay, here we go. How to break down a Costco beef tenderloin. I think you'd be surprised how many times I've been requested to make this episode. I get it. Tenderloin can be intimidating if it's your first time handling it. It's weird looking and it's expensive as a trip to the gas station. That's why we're going to take our time and focus on the basics. This way we'll be sure to use every part of this buffalo. Even if it's not a buffalo. First tip I have to offer is remove the tenderloin from its bag over or near a sink. It's going to have some water and myoglobin, so break the paper towel budget and really get it dry. Next, we're going to start butchering, but we won't need our knives yet. Use your hands to remove any loose fat or tissue. Break the chain away from the fillet. You should be able to remove it mostly by hand. For the portion that you can't, use your sharp knife. Next, we're going to remove the roast, the heel or the head. I've heard it called many things in my career. The roast is very simple to clean up. Just remove any silver skin by sliding your paring knife under the tissue and pushing it away while slicing. The silver skin is very tough and won't break down even after hours of cooking, so it's really quite useless. Trim off the tips of the roast and set them off to the side. We will include them again shortly.
In our house, we call this portion the wild card. We like to try to do something different each fillet. It's fun to do roast fillet, carpaccio, or even steak tartare.
Next, we're going to work on the chain. There's a lot of valuable meat here, so don't you dare throw it away. I find it's easiest if you break the chain into 3 parts. You will now simply remove anything that's not red, basically leaving nothing but muscle and some remaining fat. All the connective tissue and silver skin is not red, so it's gotta go. This portion of the tenderloin is some of the most flavorful.
They make an awesome souvlaki or stir fry.
And finally, the reason why we're all here, the star of the show, the heavyweight champion on any menu, the filet mignon. Oh baby. A fun game to play when you're cutting these beauties is pretend you're ordering dinner at a Ruth Chris steakhouse.
I'll take the 8-ounce filet, please.
Boom! $60! And you're gonna be pissed if you think you're getting potatoes included with that $60. Order one more of these fillets and this Costco trip is almost paid for. You get my point. The cutting size of these steaks is strictly up to you. I usually like to get about a dozen portions out of the main tenderloin. Start by trimming the tip off and placing it with the other smaller pieces. Following that, you're going to make straight cuts about every inch, inch and a half. There is no way to screw this part up. Worst case scenario, you eat a thinner steak than planned. When you get to the tail, there are a couple of options and they're both delicious. One option is you can butterfly the thinner piece by slicing through 80% and folding it back. This is a good cut to use if any of your guests prefer their meat cooked past medium. You know, the well-done eating uncle in your family. This steak's for him. The second option is to add it to the souvlaki stir-fry pile. This is what your cutting board could look like if you followed these simple steps.
The cutting of these beautiful steaks won't matter if we don't store them correctly. It's only on rare occasions that David and I will crush a whole beef tenderloin in one sitting. so freezing them is vital. The enemy when freezing any food is air. Air causes freezer burn and the food to develop crystals which have a gross freezer aftertaste. Costco always carries the Food Saver brand vac sealers with a large supply of bags. Who knows, you might have one hidden in the cupboard from that time you tried to learn sous vide. The ones at Costco are around $170. The one I'm using here was under $100 on Amazon. It works fine and it gives me hell of a tricep workout. When you seal your packages correctly, you can let your OCD take over and arrange your freezer to look like a bookshelf.
So there you have it, the breaking down of a Costco beef tenderloin. Now go with confidence to the butcher section of your local Costco, march right up to the cooler cabinet, and pick out a tenderloin knowing you have a start to finish strategy. If you have any questions or suggestions, put them in the comments section. Be generous with the like button, it doesn't cost you anything, and don't forget to smash the subscribe button. Hey, keep the comments nice, my mom reads this page. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Have a good day.
Goodbye.
There she is, Miss America.